Randy with his guns and Teddy with his humor. They make the killer pair. Teddy Jackson may not be the title character, but his humor will save his way through his friendship with the man from Toronto, and it'll help them conquer the devils of Randy's past. The first movie of The Man from Toronto recently released this June 2022, and it's already gotten great reviews. After all, Kevin Hart has always been the heart of humor in American comedy, and because of this, a sequel is already in the rumor mill because the movie has been persistently demanded by fans. Although Netflix still hasn't fully decided about the highly requested sequel, we do know the director of the movie, Patrick Hughes, is extremely open to making The Man from Toronto 2. He explains that the chemistry between the characters has been amazing, saying, "It was a lot of laughs when the camera wasn't rolling, and I certainly think it lends itself to further investigation about the relationship between these two. In all honesty and sincerity, it's indeed very extremely improbable that a sequel will flop, given its global popularity and full support. We can hold on to our horses because Netflix is renowned for producing high-quality sequels to popular action films. The Man from Toronto 2 should already be in the works, if there is enough sufficient support. While it does have its great reviews, many have criticized the movie for being passable and an average American action comedy movie. But it is incredibly emphasized that Kevin Hart's sense of humor shaped and molded the movie for its fame. IMDb rated the movie with a 5.7-star rating and a 26% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. And if you don't understand what it means, let me simplify it for you. The movie's mediocre. However, it doesn't change the fact that it is now a famous movie. In fact, CDQ Web and tons of Twitter users have agreed that the movie is great. Based on the Netflix pattern, it is likely a green signal for the production of The Man from Toronto 2. It will happen to redeem itself from the rest of the world. If Netflix doesn't agree to a sequel, there is also a big chance Sony will. After all, the movie originated from their company. In my opinion, they'd be teddying their way out of money making if they skip the sequel. Kevin's character Teddy Jackson makes one small mistake, wrapping him in an entangled mess with the world's biggest assassin, leaving him to be manhandled enough to be safe. After their dangerous adventure of killing an antagonist, what should be expected in the sequel? Randy will make a return, obviously. After all, he is the title character of the movie. His new girlfriend Anna is also expected to make her return. Because of some backlash, there have been recent famous commentaries that Kevin Hart made the film better. We can expect Teddy to continue his adventures with his assassin best friend. His wife, Lori, played by Jasmine Mathews, is also expected to show, especially with the plot focus. Unfortunately, Deborah will not be making it to the next big screen after the train wreck that happened. There is word on the rumor mill that has it that before Randy was a renowned assassin, he had his long trail of bad people and trauma. Yes, even before the Men from Miami, Japan, and the rest of those long lines of serial killers. The Man from Toronto 2 will likely go deeper about the title character's past with possible killers, assassins, drug dealers, or business moguls on their tail wanting to smash the like button. Although there have been some mixed reviews for this new film, I can definitely guarantee that Teddy Jackson and Toronto will increase your expectations of all love interest in your life. It's absolutely undeniable that Lori and Anne are really incredibly lucky, and I can't wait to see them again in the next upcoming movie. However, the following 3 years will pass without a sequel being released to the public just yet. Since the movie just recently came out, the producers are taking a brief break to start checking its box office performance. After the observation, the writers can start creating the script before the actual filming starts. So the closest date we will have will be around the summer of 2025. Teddy's non-contact boxing might have been a flop, but he sure does have a future in becoming the Man from Toronto's sidekick. Now, he won't be able to kill you or dismantle you, but he sure will stop you in your tracks with just his mouth. With his action comedy, you quite literally can't expect anything coming from its original humor and plot. However, I think Patrick Hughes is curious to investigate more about Randy's past and future. where he hopefully continues to operate the restaurant he always wanted. In the first new film, we get to see how he became in love with Teddy's wife's closest friends from college during a quick, intimate birthday dinner, as well as some dancing before having to give up his ghost lifestyle as a world-renowned assassin. From a former New York loser to a talented man from Toronto imposter, who simply leaves you speechless and dumbfounded when he opens his mouth. You get to love this amazing, iconic duo of death and laughter. But after all, that is the mouth that saved America from a disastrous, corrupt politician. The sequel will explore the life of Teddy and Lori as they explore the pros and cons of parenthood with their incoming baby. Seeing as how Rady has officially decided to settle down with his fancy restaurant, it is very likely we also get to see more of their love story and perhaps their own journey towards parenthood as well. Another plot rumor or suggestion based on the first movie's ending is that the sequel would also include Teddy and Toronto finding Deborah version 2.0 or a whole new weapon car. Or, rumor has it, Toronto hasn't fully retired in the assassin business. Since the man from Toronto is very well known to be a ghost, he only ever makes contact with his clients through his handler that betrayed him for going soft. Now, if Toronto's past is haunting him, he needs a handler to get his way around, or even to get to the bottom of things, such as why they were after him and how did they find him. Kevin Hart has expressed his want to work with his co-star Woody Harrelson once more in an interview, saying he finds his lifestyle very easy and fulfilling. He continues to add that being around Woody is a sense of fresh air and happiness, saying he's never met anybody like Woody. He indirectly states that he would still love to work with Woody in a sequel for The Man from Toronto too, and possibly even other movies in the future. While the rest of the world sings praise to Kevin for carrying the film right on his back, he humbles himself and praises Woody for his acting skills and aura that looks perfect as he portrays the Man from Toronto perfectly. Of course, who wouldn't want to work with the personification of humor Kevin Hart? When asked to comment on what it is like to work with Kevin, Woody responded modestly, but accurately and efficiently. He has always loved Kevin Hart's business mind. Although he is undoubtedly funny, he knows when to be serious in situations. Woody emphasized that Hart has taught him a lot of things in the process of filming the movie. It's safe to say both characters are very open to working together again and making The Man from Toronto 2 to reality. In the action comedy genre, I definitely agree that it absolutely leans more on the comedy side, which gained criticism from the viewers, but support to smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Most of the fans agree that the sequel in the making should lean more on action to gain back more audience, while still keeping the good laugh from Kevin. Producers have indeed intended to make it a good laugh, but according to criticisms, they weren't exactly thrilled with it. With a crazy amount of world fame, The Man from Toronto 2 will be coming to your doorsteps on 2024. Where we see the deathly adventures of Toronto and Teddy along with their love lives. See you in the next video.